Oh man, City Heroes Volume 2, Issue number 10, Blue King Studios, and what do we have on the cover? It's Nosferatu. That's how you know it's serious, man. They have leveled up from random dudes in this evil bad guy base to fighting Nos freaking Ratu, who is not the head guy of this villain group, but he is definitely up there because he leads like the army of vampire super soldiers. Because they're not actually vampires. Some crazy super soldier serum did this to them and then gave them like darkness powers and stuff. How that works, I don't know. But it's here. Let's see. Let me get my little notepad here so I can see what pages I want to go to. Looks like I wanted to jump to page 3. Boom. Oh, yeah! That's right. You're like, we were just like looking at a vampire's face and now we're looking at this. Yeah, look, dude. We are getting the secret origin. This is Horus remembering his past. Chaldean patrol ship, the Light of Justice, at the time of the Richte invasion 3 years ago. Beep boop, beep boop, beep boop. Uh-huh. Crazy text. I guess these are Chaldeans. I don't know who these are. Oh, no, these are the creators. Never mind. I was like, what are these dudes doing down here? Anyway, let's go to page 5. We're basically getting the backstory of how Chaldeans arrived in the City Heroes universe. So this is the middle of the Richte War, man. Richte motherships were coming through portals. They were obliterating everything. They were lasering cities. Some people think that City Heroes has to take place in like a post-apocalyptic universe because of this, because there's just nothing left. And Paragon City is like the one place civilization remains. I think that's kind of silly to go that far because there's plenty of proof that that's not the case. There's a whole story arc about like the Chinese ambassador, there's Russian ambassadors, like all these countries still exist and nobody seems to be in a really bad spot. So I think that interpretation is wrong. But imagine you're fighting like an interdimensional war, right? And the other guys are just sending fleets of giant Death Stars in to level your cities. Like imagine Independence Day except the aliens are competent. And that's what the heroes are facing. Of course, just like Independence Day, there's also like the Hail Mary that saves the day, but hey, that's life. Fix starters confirmed, homing beacon activated. So yeah, the Chaldeans, the War Shades, and the Peacebringers are here to fight the Nyctus, because the Nyctus are evil War Shades that eat other Chaldeans. It's weird. We're not going to go into that. So what we see is they land here, the Richte start zapping the aliens start zapping the Richte, and then Horus crash lands, terminal damage sustained. Oh yeah, seeking host organism. And so now, Horus becomes a Peacebringer. This is a great little bit here on this page. Because this is what happens if you get defeated in a council base. Longbow base, Arachnos base, and a couple other places, is you end up in prison. And so just like you have to do in-game, they start breaking out of prison. Word is that Nosferatu guy is some kind of mad scientist type, likes to perform experiments on his captives. I can do without the gel cell at Dr. Moreau scene. You know, fair. Go to page 8. So, War Witch is part of a coven. And as she's trying to break out of this place, she reaches out to, her coven for advice. Like, yo, what can we do? This isn't the first time she's done it either. It's happened another time or two in the series very early on. And here she is like getting advice, trying to figure out, what they have to do to escape, what the next steps are, that sort of thing. I put this here not because this is like immediately like super important to the story right this second, but this has big consequences for later on in the story arc. So remember, War Witch has a coven. She can psychically communicate with them or magically commune with them or whatever. And eventually our heroes break out and they start just beating the tar out of the bad guys. I like this one because like look at this vampire dude, man. Like, come on. Who is gonna wear that? Like, that's their uniform. So at this point, there's lots of great action here. We learn about Horus, his background, where he came from. We learn about the Chaldeans because that's all related together. You saw his origin story, man, getting infused with that Chaldean power. Meanwhile, our other heroes are breaking out of prison, leaping, attacking, and beating the tar out of Nosferatu and his crew, having a great time. And honestly, getting your whole team captured and then having to escape from like the bad guy like jail, that's pretty classic early game City Heroes experience. It has happened to all of us, at least once. All right, you all take care of yourselves. Check this stuff out, man. We're cycling through, like we're building up to a crescendo here. Each issue here is building off of what happened in the previous one, and it's just like bam, 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 bam. Another notch, just like Emerald Lagasse. You all take care of yourselves. I hope to see you again next time. Until then, bye-bye. Yeah, what happens when they escape? What happens? What's next? You just have to find out by reading the book.